All yesterday we tried the video. We actually made the curry and we made the 2-ingredient naan. But the video, because it takes so long to do everything, the video was 4 gigabytes. So that's far too big to send to you. So what we're doing today is we're going to divide it into chunks. We're going to do a video for the curry. We're going to do a video for the naan bread. And then we've got another video planned, but that's not coming to you today. We'll send that through another day. So what we're going to start off, and sorry, what I've also done is I have measured out everything because we need this to go as quickly as possible, but you've got the recipe, so you shouldn't have a problem being able to follow it. What we're going to do first though is, because the naan breads need to proof, because I'm using the ones with the yeast, we're going to do that now, and I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to carry on with the actual curry itself, and we'll do another video with the rest of the naan bread. So what you are going to need for me, okay, you must get out for yourselves a bowl and a tablespoon measure, okay, that's the most important, and then a jug, okay. Naan bread is a very soft, sticky bread, and it's a flat bread, so we only have to prove it once. In your bowl, you're going to put in 250 grams of flour, and you're going to put in sea salt, a lovely big tablespoon of sea salt. If you don't have sea salt, it's slightly rougher, you can end up just using ordinary salt or any salt that you want to. Get that stirred through. It's important to stir that through. Then, into a jug, you're going to pour 125 ml, that's half a cup, of warm or tepid water. Warm or tepid is water that you can stick your finger in. It's not cold, it's just
bath water.
Bath water can be hotter. The thing is that your yeast, if you put it in cold water, it will die. And the other thing is, if you put salt on top of your yeast, it will die as well. So that's why we put salt in the flour. This is a tablespoon of honey. You're going to squeeze that into the water. Or if you don't have these, you can just take a squeeze of honey. Or sugar if you don't have honey. Remember, yeast needs something sweet in which to grow or to prove. Then we are going to take a packet of yeast. And we're just going to use half the packet. You'll see I'm not really measuring it. It's not the end of the world if you get too much in. That's about half. And then we give it a quick stir. Look at that. And we're going to want it to bubble. Shane nearly dropped the camera. Okay. Now we're going to leave that to bubble.
Must be no lumps of yeast.
Really?
Almost in. No, I'm just saying.
Because I normally get lumps of yeast in it. Okay. Now while we're waiting for that to bubble, okay, in naan bread we've got some other ingredients that need to go in. We're going to take the butter and we're going to put 1 tablespoon of butter.
Melted butter.
Melted butter. If you've got ghee works very well. Otherwise, just 1 tablespoon of butter.
Or margarine.
Will be perfect. Preferably not the margarine. Okay. And then we are going to, and I have mislaid my spatula. You're going to put in 3 heaped tablespoons of yogurt. Okay. 3 nice big tablespoons. If you've got Greek yogurt, Greek yogurt. Otherwise, you can quite happily use the other yogurt, your plain low-fat yogurt. Okay, just show the bubbling of the yeast. We would normally leave this for longer, but we're not, because we're filming this now. So your yeast, just leave to bubble, but it's instant yeast, so it's not the end of the world either. You need a fork. Okay, don't go and use a spoon or a whisk. You need a fork, and you are going to pour your yeast mixture, and you're going to start using the fork to bring it all together. Now, a lot of you have already made this particular naan bread. Okay, so so you should know what to do. Okay, we're going to bring it together with the fork. It goes together much easier with the fork. Yesterday we made the 2-ingredient naan bread. The recipe will come to you. It's just self-raising flour and yogurt. It's really easy and it's really tasty, but it is quite doughy. That's the only downside of using something that doesn't require yeast, is it can be doughy. Okay, when it looks like this, we're going to now flour our surface. Just gently put everything away.
Move your cloth.
Move my cloth away. Okay, and pull this out onto your workspace. Okay, now all you need to do using your fingers is you need to start bringing this together. Okay, it's a sticky dough. Just put flour on your fingers. Don't put flour on your surface, because eventually this surface must be spotlessly clean, and you're going to knead the dough. Gets a little bit sticky on your hands. The reason I don't want you to flour your surface is because your dough, if you do, you flour it lightly like that, but the dough has to remain sticky. You can see it still on my hands.
It will clean the table eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Keep rolling it. Rolling dough is very therapeutic. And especially if it's a stiffer dough, because it also gives you exercise.
Strengthens those hands.
Strengthens those hands. It's always push and pull. Push and pull it over. Push and pull it over. Let me do it in slow motion for you, for Cher to saw. Push your dough out and then bring it over and roll. Push it and bring it over. Okay, almost done on this. We're trying to get this all done as quickly as possible so that we can get this video off to you. Okay, see how my surface is starting to get all nice and clean? Okay, and the last one, it's going nice and smooth. This is not bread, a loaf of bread. So you don't need to panic too much if it isn't really smooth, because you're not getting the same consistency as bread, because you're going to roll it out into a thin. Just want to get off my mess, and there we go. Okay. Get your bowl back.
Mustn't be sticky. See, I got clean hands. See, clean still.
Clean hands, okay. You roll it into a nice little round ball. Okay. You pop it back into your bowl. Okay. You can score it if you want to. In other words, make a cross, or you can just leave it. And you are going to cover this and leave it to rise.
In the sun.
In the sun, in a warm place, anywhere. In the kitchen or in the house. Okay, I'm just washing my hands, guys. I hope everybody is well, and that I know all of you, I am really proud of all the videos that we've been getting. It makes Shay and I feel very, very happy seeing all those wonderful videos of all of you helping, ironing, hanging out, washing, cooking. It's absolutely amazing. I know it's not easy at the moment, but that's the way it is. Okay, now we're going to get on to the chicken curry. So we're leaving the naan breads to prove. They will prove while we do the chicken, and then we'll do another video for the naan bread. Okay. Chicken curry. Easy, easy, easy chicken curry. Okay. You're going to take your chicken breasts. I've already cooked half of them. This is television. Okay. In a bowl, you're going to throw a half a cup of flour, and you are going to throw a little bit of curry powder. You'll see it all in the recipe. Just going to stir it around a little bit. Okay. Now, cutting your chicken breast. This is the last one that I've left. Normally, you would cut the chicken going down that way. I want you to cut it on a diagonal skew. The reason being, it goes through the fibers of the chicken and leaves your chicken breast more tender than it would if you just cut it into chunks. And you see what we're doing there? Cutting that. Then you can take those and cut them into smaller pieces, about so big, okay? And throw them in your flour mixture. Cut them and throw them in your flour. Okay. Right. Rule of thumb, chicken gets cut on a yellow board or a separate board. I don't know what you've got at home, but you never cut your chicken on the same board that you cut your other vegetables or meat. Chicken in the bowl, get those tossing skills put to hand and get it tossed in the flour. Okay, and set aside. Put your chicken, knife and board away. Okay. Next ingredient that we've got to prep is the onion.
She had to almost wash her hands because she touched the raw chicken before she could
I
touch.
did wash my hands and I didn't put on hand sanitizer. I am in huge trouble. Okay, washed my hands. I promise you before I started I'd washed my hands 10 times already. Okay, onion peeled, and you're not going to chop your onion, you want your onion into slices. This is a Cape Malay curry, so we don't want small pieces of onion, we want big pieces. Claw hands to hold your onions in place. If you can't do that, you stick a fork in so that it holds your onion, and then you're going to cut into thin pieces. Nice thin ones, or as thin as you can get it. If you're not happy doing this, use a chopper or ask Mom to do it. Remember, stand up straight when you're doing your onion so that your face is not too close to it for the fumes. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Right. We're going to set that aside. You need a few other ingredients. Very simple. You need 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. If you don't have cumin, you can use coriander. If you don't have seeds, you can use the powder. You're going to need a tablespoon of curry powder. You've put some of this curry powder already with your chicken. I've used a mild curry powder here. You can use any strength that you want. You are going to need a clove of garlic, and you are going to need ginger. If you don't have fresh ginger, a teaspoon of powdered ginger will do fine. And yogurt. That's all you need. Oh no, I forgot something. A tin of tomatoes. Okay, Shay, take a picture of that. Okay. Now all of this is prepared. I'm just going to open. I do prefer to use the braai relish, just simply because it's got herbs and onions and that in. So that's our favorite one to use. I'm going to put these aside. You need to prep your garlic and your ginger. Okay, don't peel it. Use a spoon. Okay, and take the peel off with a spoon. If you use a knife or you use a peeler, you take all the goodness out of that ginger. So we're going to just get rid of all of that quickly. You need a piece of ginger. Shay, what size would you say the piece of ginger should be?
The size of your first thumb joint.
Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to grate the ginger. I'm using a microplane. A normal grater will do fine. If you're using the microplane, either get Mom or Dad to grate it for you, or use a normal grater, because a microplane is very, very sharp. See the lovely pieces of ginger with the juice on the other side. Get that whole thing. Your ginger's got lots of little, what are these things called? Hairs, fibers. You don't want the fibers in your curry. That's the reason why we use a microplane. Okay, right. Garlic. Use the back of your hand, this palm area, to crush your garlic. Oh, okay. Some days I'm lucky, like today. The reason we do this is because it's easy to then take off the skin. See, it just pops off. All of you must send through more stuff. Kirsten, I want some colouring in. I haven't seen much. Kai sends colouring in every morning. It's not on the group. I will share some of it on the group. And more videos of everything.
And Camilla.
And Camilla, come on. Let's see some of the stuff. I'm seeing amazing things that are coming through. Okay. Are we done? We are ready to rock and roll. Now we're going to cook our chicken. Okay. As in all the fancy ads, we've already cooked some of our chicken. This is TV, eh? We're doing TV now. So what you're going to do is switch your gas on. We're using gas at the moment to save on electricity. I haven't cleaned the pan because it's from the chicken I've just cooked. And also you're not to clean your pan afterwards, because the flour of the chicken is what is going to thicken your curry. So don't clean your pan. Let it heat. We need some oil. Ordinary canola oil or sunflower oil will be fine. Get quite a bit in there. Okay. Just got to let this heat up. As Shay says, you'll know when it's heated when your oil becomes watery. In other words, you can see it's still too thick. It's not moving easily. Yeah, put one on there. Okay.
It's a thick pan. It will take a while to heat up.
Let's just be patient with this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, can you see? Now running easily. It's not fully heated, but it's running much easier. Your chicken, okay. When you take it, just give it a little shake to dust it off. Okay, and place in. You are going to be doing 4 to 6 chicken breasts according to the recipe. Do not put them all in the frying pan at once. That is no good because they will end up boiling instead of frying. Your chicken is turning yellow because in your curry powder you have turmeric. And now with all the colds and flus going around, curry is brilliant because turmeric is very good for the body. You can see the chicken is well placed, or spaced I should say. Okay. Guys, you're not going to cook your chicken through. It's not, the reason for doing this is just to brown it and to give it flavor. So you're not cooking your chicken right through. You just want to give it a little bit of color, like all of these that you see over here.
See? Just lightly browned.
Richard, I was so impressed with your pancake tossing yesterday. That was unbelievable. And you and Dad, that was like something from a TV show, doing the synchronized pancake flipping. Well done. Yesterday's video, by the way, that Jenna sent through of the curry was this curry and the naan breads. The naan breads that she had there were the 2-ingredient naan breads. We used the leftover dough to make donuts with, but it wasn't. They were very heavy, so I actually wouldn't recommend that for the donuts. Unless you seriously craving some sweet stuff. Okay. Right, that's all I want. I just want a little bit of sealing on the edge of the, I'm going to turn this down, edge of the chicken, pop it in there. Okay, get them out. Now, as I said, leave this flour and this mess in the pan. 1, it is the flavor from the chicken, and 2, it's going to be your thickening, and we're going to pop in the onion. Okay. Raise the onion up. A little bit more oil. You can use a combination of oil and butter. I should have pre-cooked the onion so that it goes a little bit quicker. We had yesterday's curry that we cooked for the video for dinner last night, and it was absolutely divine. Remember, curry is better the next day. Always remember that. Okay, here we go. What are any of you, come on students, what am I doing wrong at the present moment? Something I'm doing very, very wrong. Shane, what am I doing wrong?
Stirring too much.
I am stirring too much. Remember the rule? Spread out. This is vitally important. Spread out and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stir again. Reason is you must let your food cook. If you carry on stirring, it doesn't get to cook and it takes forever. Okay, do it again and just let it spread out. Now, we're going to get, you will see the garlic and the ginger is here. I haven't added it yet. Garlic goes bitter if you fry it, so we don't add it too soon. But I am adding the cumin seeds. If you're doing cumin powder or coriander powder, add it now. It needs to be fried off to release all those divine oils. And you see the onions are starting to wilt. They're going divine. Oh, lovely. If only you guys could smell this. I know we call cumin stinky feet, because it does smell like stinky feet until you start cooking it. Okay, next thing I'm throwing in is the rest of the curry powder. Once again, to release the oils. Okay, let's get that. Turning this down as well. I don't like working on gas. I don't find it has as much control as I have on the induction. Okay. Okay. You can, if you want to, cook it longer than that, but because we want to cut the video short, I'm cooking it to that stage. You're going to knock or put in your garlic and your ginger.
Make sure this is on a low heat when you do it so you don't burn it.
Burn your garlic, what happens, and I've never understood on cooking programs where they throw garlic in the very beginning. It goes very acrid or bitter. Okay, so we've added that in. Right, tin of tomatoes next. And then some water in your tomatoes. Then, oh, listen to the sizzle. A little bit of water. Get it mixed. And you're going to let it bubble, bubble, bubble away for a little while. Okay, so that's going to cook for about 5 minutes until it thickens. Okay, but we're going to cut it short again because it's a TV program. But we're going to add the chicken right now because I'll cook this off later. Chicken in. All those juices from the chicken, get it gently stirred in. Now remember, guys, your chicken isn't cooked through. You only browned your chicken. So now this is the stage where you're going to let it cook through.
Did you add the water into
I did add the water. I didn't add all the water. I leave water just for later in case it gets too thick.
You can also add some powdered stock into that water in the tin if you want to, like chicken or vegetable stock.
Okay. Now, as it is here, you can see it's lovely and thick already. But now this has to cook on a low heat for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, so that the chicken cooks through. And we're actually going to end the video now because the next one will be on the naan and I will finish off the chicken once it's cooked. So we'll see you later.